Thank you for coming here out to Aunt Toadie's today. My name is Diane Stryler. I am a realtor with Front Door Real Estate, and I am on the chamber board. Thank you for everybody coming. We have a great crowd today. To start with, do we have any new guests? Any guests or new members? Or anyone that hasn't been here for a while? They would like to say hi. Anyway. Okay, we'll move on to announcements. Do we have any announcements? Yes, come on in.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Hi, I'm Jenny Lays. I'm a community health worker with the Healthy Bourbon County Action Team. I work with Jody Love. We do a lot of things at the at HBCAT. We have a Kansas Works presence. We have a small business mentorship program. Myself as a community health worker, and then I also co-lead our LHEAT, which is our local health equity action team. We are currently doing a fundraiser for these shirts. They're super cute. I like small towns. And it's like Fort Scott, Kansas, and then we can start doing like smaller towns, Mapleton, Uniontown, things like that. These are $25, and 20% of the proceeds for these shirts goes directly to our LHEAT fund. So our LHEAT funds projects like the Laundry of Love, the Hunters Feeding the Hungry. We started the CCAP Transportation, or the BBGO Transportation that's here in Fort Scott. So this is a great way. If you feel like you want to give back to the community, but you also want a cute little token, this is a great way to do that. Also, we're doing a landlord-tenants rights discussion on September 15th. It's going to be half of our local health equity action team meeting at 5:30, and then at 6 o'clock following that, we're going to do the landlord-tenants rights discussion. And then everyone gets a copy of the Landlord-Tenants Rights Act. So that'll be fun. If you have some questions about what your rights are as a landlord or what your tenants' rights are, that would be a really fun thing to come to. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements?
I got a couple. You go ahead.
I've got one. I'm going to come up. I'm Shonda Stewart with Kansas Renewal Institute. And a group of our local bikers, the regulators, are going to be hosting a fundraiser for the Kansas Renewal Kids. It is on September the 13th. It will start at 5 Corners. They've got, I think, 4 or 5 different stops. You can come in your car, you can come on your motorcycle, classic cars, whatever you've got. It will end at Sharky's that evening. Sharky's is, I believe, having a band or a DJ or something. So all the proceeds, again, will go to things like clothing for the kids, Christmas presents, birthday presents, things like that. So if you'd like a flyer to take to your business, hit me up when this is over.
Thank you. I got your dollars. You're not wearing your shirt.
I know, I got this one. I did y'all for last time also here.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so some of y'all know me as Virgil. I'm Virgil's mobile mechanic. We have a couple things that we're doing right now. So we hit over 100 followers on our Facebook, and what I told everybody is we're going to do a little raffle. So we had 25 free entries. Right now we still have 13 free entries. What it is we are doing a full service on somebody's vehicle. We're talking brakes, suspension, oil change, transmission, fluid, anything that your vehicle needs will be covered under that. You go need nothing for labor, nothing for parts, everything is covered. After the 25 entries is taken, there's $10 per entry on the other 75 entries. So there's 100 entries on. For $10, you could win a couple $1,000 worth of mechanical labor and parts on your vehicle. Another thing is we have now got a couple sponsors from Suspension Superstore for BDS, ProComp, Rough Country, and a couple other suspension upgrades like lowering kits, lift kits, and stuff like that. Rough Country has been gracious enough to send us out a pretty good lift kit for our shop truck. So right now we are under construction on that truck. We're doing about 8 inches of lift. So follow us on Facebook, see how the progress is going on that. We should have it done this weekend. Last announcement, Saturday there is the Care Share softball tournament. We are giving out a couple raffles there. One will be 50% off of any Rough Country lift kit. Another one is free brakes, so you know, rotors and pads. You got definitely do the raffle and see if you can win it. I mean, who would like to get that? I mean, you know, 50% off, that would be awesome.
Perfect.
So thank you guys so much.
Any other announcements?
Yeah. Go ahead. You good. Chad Hayes, I'm the facility manager at Fort Scott National Historic Site. I was just wanting to let everybody know this Saturday, August 30th, we're going to be doing Labors and Leisure on the Frontier. We'll be having a whole bunch of living history events. We'll have yard games and everything like that with a lot of people. So I just welcome you to come out and enjoy the park with us.
Thank you.
Morning, I'm Lonnie Mingarelli. I'm with the K-State Extension Office in the courthouse. I'm the Crops and Natural Resources Agent. I've been in this position for 15 months, and in that first 15 months I've had a lot of inquiries about homesteading. So starting October 1st, we're having a 7-part series that kind of tie together with homesteading, but you can come and go as you want. Anything from gardening to pest management with varmints. We have a poultry one, we have a livestock one, we have a soil health and range management, and then we also have a deer processing and a food preservation class. And so that'll start in October. Here in the next few weeks we'll start sending out flyers through the mail to get more information on that. So it'll all be at the Fort Scott JUCO.
Perfect. Thank you.
I have one announcement. I'm here representing the Fort Scott High School Flight of Honor, and they're doing a breakfast, benefit breakfast for the veterans, Saturday, September 6th. That will be at 7:30 in the morning till 11. I believe that the fire department is also doing their Stir Step Challenge that morning as well. So come on over to the cafeteria at the high school and get you some biscuits and gravy to go, or sit down and eat it there, cinnamon rolls. And this is going to support the veterans that we're going to send to Washington, D.C. And I do have some flyers if anybody would like to take them back to their business.
Okay, thank you. When you get through?
I'm Del Parks. I'm with the Pioneer Harvest Fiesta, and I'm just here to remind you of our show that is coming up October 3rd, 4th, and 5th at the fairgrounds. And we will be having a car show on that Saturday. We also have the quilt show, and we have someone new that is in charge of the quilt show this year, so I don't know what all she has in store, but I have some flyers here if anybody would like to get one before you leave. I'll try to be passing them out. This is our car show flyer and our show bill. Anyway, come on out and see us at the Pioneer Harvest Fiesta in October. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Cheryl. I'll make
I wanted to be last.
Carol.
No, I don't think there's anybody in here who doesn't know what I'm standing up here to talk about. It's August 28th. It's close to the end of the month. And that means that if you've been needing a car, you know somebody needs one, send them to me. And if you do that and you give them your name and they tell us, we have to know about it, there's a $100 rebate that goes back to you for the referral. So come see us. We still have lots of trucks. We have lots of trucks. And we're selling trucks and we still have trucks. But we also have sedans. We did get a shipment of Toyotas in this week as well. So come see us. And Skitch, thank you for hosting.
I'm sorry I hit you in the knee. Just want to publicly apologize. I'm sorry for the time.
Boy, you nailed me.
She kicked me back, but he didn't feel it.
Yeah. She's not the next chamber pally, you know why. You're welcome.
First of all, good morning. I'm Kate Freeman with the Artificers, except for right now I'm with PEO Chapter CA. We have a night of trivia coming up on September 6th, so not this Saturday, but next Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. It's at the Liberty Theater downtown. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you can get 6 people together, it's $230 per team. There is a 50-50 raffle. There's also raffle items. We have 7 really great baskets that will be raffled off. If you want to contact Tiffany Carpenter or Karen Wilterding, Tiffany's at First Security First, thank you. I always mess that up. And Karen is at the Lowell Milken Center. You're welcome to go in there, or if you look online, you can look at all the details. But we would love to have some more teams. All of the proceeds go to scholarships for young ladies, and actually all different ages of people. We have high school, help me Deb, we have high school scholarships clear up to people that are maybe have stopped going to school and are wanting to go back to college, like maybe they've had a break to have children or change in careers, things like that. And then we also have like for people getting their PhDs. So we have all kinds of different scholarships. We also have a scholarship that I think is really great. It's called an international scholarship. People come over from overseas, they come here, they get a scholarship for their education, and then they are required to go back to where they live and help their communities there with the education that they have received. And so we have scholarships for women all over the world, and we give millions of dollars of scholarships. PEO International gives millions of dollars of scholarships all over the country and all over the state for young women, which I think is a great cause. So back to trivia night. It's going to be a really great night. Taco bar from Crooners at the Liberty, and then you'll also get tea and water. There's a cash bar, and then it'll be a fun night. Trent thinks that he's going to be able to. Him and his team are going to be able to beat everybody. So if you want to challenge that man, please do. Find your spot. Find your spot. So that is all. And if you have any more questions about it, you're also welcome to come into or call me at the Artificers, and we'll get that figured out. And then Artificers.
Yes, thank you.
So that's going to be a very busy weekend for me. We have Deborah Hart and Jim Simpson. So Deborah Hart is coming in from Atlanta, Georgia, with her acrylic art, and then Jim Simpson is coming from Wichita. So we're very lucky to have artists that are coming in from all over the country, kind of local, regional, and then also all over the country. So Deborah Hart will be she'll be in on Thursday. Friday night, we have an opening reception. Since she traveled all this way, I would love to see everybody out, come in, hang out with us, see her art, talk to the artist. And then she also has classes that she's teaching. It's a palette knife class, so if it's something, and these are all beginner classes, so if it's something you're like, I've never done that sounds like fun. She's very good at instruction, and you can come in and just learn, and you can decide whether you love it or you hate it. So she has a landscape class, she also has a floral class, and I can't remember which one's morning, which one's afternoon, but you can go onto theartificers.com under our teaching studio and sign up for those classes. But please come out, at least it's free to look. Come out, support our artists, and then if you are looking for gifts, please come in or go online and get a one-of-a-kind gift. Don't go out to the big box store. Come in and get a one-of-a-kind gift for the gift giving that you're doing around town. And then of course I have to plug thequeensmuse.com. Check that out. Just stop by. We'll show you around if you want to see what's going on in that little swath that we have beside our building. It's amazing to me because I don't even know how we're doing all of this, but it's happening. And then BourbonCountyClay.com, where we get the clay straight out of the county, straight out of the ground in the county. It's the same clay that makes the bricks and made the bricks in the brick streets, and we're making functional items. So go to BourbonCountyClay.com and check out all the things we have there.
Perfect.
Ta-da.
Thank
There
you.
we go. Thank you.
Any other announcements?
I'm Lindsay with the Chamber. Welcome. Thank you all for coming this morning. First of all, this weekend is Labor Day. I cannot believe that, but just a kind of reminder as you celebrate this weekend with family, fun. We have Uniontown, Old Settlers, the American Legion's having a car show and band Saturday, in addition to there's activities at the fort and the Care to Share. So get out and take part. But the meaning behind Labor Day to celebrate our workers, and our workers wouldn't have jobs if you weren't the employer. So we thank you as well, and for all that contribution to the well-being and prosperity of our country. So happy Labor Day weekend. And then chamber events we're still taking sign-ups for a townwide garage sale coming up the 19th and 20th.
We were having Fall Fest next Friday, the first Friday to coincide with the city's first Friday. They were having Mildred Store Band, but that's been postponed so people can take part in the Chiefs and the first Tigers game that's away that night. But Fall Fest will be Thursday, September 18th, so mark your calendar 5 to 8 to come down and support local, and we'll have a lot of fun fall activities going on. And we're also doing table tents, the calendars that go in all the restaurants and hotels, medical offices and stuff, and we will be finishing those up this week. So if you have any events September or October, get those to us by tomorrow so we can get those included.
Okay, now for our host, the man of the year. It looks like he's busy over there.
Businessman of the year.
Businessman of the year. Not the man
Please
of the
keep your
year.
applause at a minimum.
Skitch, and our host is Skitch Excavating.
Right?
Yes.
Well,
so,
thank you for the
welcome.
introduction. Beautiful. You did a great job. I'll tell you later for that. Today is a good day because my mother won't have to worry about how much I've had to drink or how many times I've been to the restroom like the night I got my award. So,
Would you like to recognize
well, I
her?
will when I get to
For
it,
sharing
Nancy, if you
that.
don't mind. This is my part. Anyway, I'm not very good at public speaking, but I'm going to try really hard. I'm a bit nervous right now. But anyway, yes, before I get started, so I don't forget anybody, I want to say a special shout out to everybody that helps my little world continue every day, which is it gets very crazy at times, from the restaurant to the construction side to whatever I've got going. I've gotten so diversified that it's very tactical at times to make everybody happy, and that's my main goal. But my mother, number one, is here. Her name's Rosalie Allen, and she's the one she's responsible for this. So if you have any complaints, this is the lady to talk to. I think her theme song should be Mama Tried. But it didn't go so well. But anyway, the best woman in the world. So starting by introducing everybody that helps Aunt Toadie's go along. We're under new management now for about the past 3 months. And this is Natasha. And Natasha is my go-to girl. I mean, she's done great things. Really has. She's turned the place around, and it was great before, but it's even better now. She's really taken a handle on this deal. She takes a lot of pride in it, and she's really excited to be in front of the camera right now. So, we're doing new things. We're trying. She's got us reaching out with all the younger generation that we have hired. Then there's a thing called TikTok. The Facebook, we were kind of old school and just throw the food on there, but now they're making it look snazzy with their faces, and we've got a lot of good kids and adults that work here. Natasha's going to tell you their names.
We have Kenna Miles.
Come over here, Kenna.
And then we have Jaden Loucher. And then we have Addison Metcalf. Kelsey Mishler. That's my waitresses.
Yep.
Oh, Danny McNeil.
Right.
She's the one that started our TikTok. She's our big influencer there. And then
Right.
we have Richard Bernard. He's our main cook. And then we have John Moore. And then we have Scott that's in the back right now that helps us out. We have Keith Tucker and Declan McHenry.
And you're hiring right now.
Right.
Yes, I am looking for part-time cooks. We are kind of looking for a few waitresses, but I definitely have enough applicants for that.
So yeah, we got a real great team. I mean, they're really doing great stuff. And like she said, Beer Bar's back there in the back. He ain't coming out here because he's not that guy. But he's my Beer Bar power. Anytime I need anything, I call him and he's there. So that's what it takes to make my world go round, is everybody that is around me. And I couldn't do it without all of them. And on my construction side, it would be my daughter Maddie Thorpe. She runs all the book work and all the day-to-day paying the bills, make sure everybody gets paid, because I promise you, if I was in charge of it, only half of the people are getting paid because I'd forget everything. So Maddie and Jason Thorpe. Jason is my son-in-law, and he's been working beside me for the last probably year. And it's really exciting because I'm sitting here wondering, I didn't have any boys. All I had was girls. And they ain't wanted to run no machinery or anything like that. So I was hoping I wasn't doing all this for nothing, just for a big auction at the end of my life. and watch it all go for pennies while I'm gritting my teeth, looking down or looking up wherever I'm at. But I think Jason's going to roll over into it and do his farming / construction. So that's exciting too, and he's learning that side of the business. A little bit about Aunt Toadie's. It was built in 1952, and the gentleman that built it was just this little bitty square over here. I mean, there was nothing to it. And we've got an old picture of it. I wish I had it blown up on the wall, but we haven't got to that point yet. But it was built in 52, and on the outside banner, it boasted 3 items they had. They had cheeseburgers, shakes, and cigarettes. And life was good in 1952, baby. That's the 3 things that made the world go round. So it was pretty simple back then. And then years later, a guy named Herb Willard, I believe was his name, Herb and his wife bought the place. And I believe that's when they probably had the home built. They built this little home-sided. And they lived back there while they ran the restaurant. And years later, they would move east of town and get away from the restaurant because anybody that owns a business knows they don't want to live beside it. That's the worst thing in the world, So they owned it and they operated it for years. And they built on the back part, they built on the dining room, and they made a really good run of it for many years. Had a lot of special items. And then Herb grew older in years and had to let it go and didn't have any interest in it. So it was shut down for 3 years. And I thought for sure it was going to get dozed. I had the car wash at that time. I was 24 years old in 1994. And I just looked across the street and think, man, somebody needs to do that. But I didn't have the means or the know-how to do anything like that. Still don't have the know-how, but I had the means. But so a couple come over from Nevada, and they bought it. And they turned it into Aunt Toadie's and named it after Larry's mother. And they always called her Aunt Toad. So they call it Aunt Toadie's in her namesake. And so after that, they opened it up. They worked really hard for about 6 months, 3 to 6 months, getting it all put back together because it was kind of, it fell apart inside at that point. There was a house beside it out here to the west, and they hired me to come tear it down. So that's where we started our friendship. And then as years would go by, I'd help them on their parking lot projects or what have you. And we become friends, and then one night I was just eating in here, and they approached me about, hey, we're thinking about peeling out. Would you be interested in a restaurant? And I thought, well, shit, I ain't never had one of those, so might as well. And they warned me. They said, now listen, a restaurant's a lot of hard work. And I said, man, you're talking to the guy. I'm the hardest worker out there, and I take a lot of pride in that. The second warning they told me was it was a lot like a marriage. That's where I should have been listening. Because I ain't very good at those at all, as we all know. But anyway, now I'm in it to win it. So, I went on down the road, and I knew I could help the outside landscape with my construction part. That was easy for me, taking out trees and building the parking lot. And luckily, when the Catholic church burned down, we ended up getting the material, the brick and everything for it. And that's where we built up the parking lot, and that kind of made it a little shinier. The old boy next door, he ended up moving, and they called me and said, would you be interested in buying the house? I said, of course. So I bought it, and we've taken it out now. And that's really opened things up. I mean, I kind of was really mad at myself for buying the restaurant. My mother could tell you, I've had several conversations with her at night going home at 10 o'clock, like, what the hell did I do? Because I'm working from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, and I have zero quality of life at this point. But now, with good help that I have, it's helped a bunch. And they're taking good care of me. I come in and eat. I'm in charge of PR. That's what I'm good at. Bussing tables. I can bus the crap out of these tables. Because I started bussing tables at 12 years old at the Red Barn. So that's when I got my kind of love for the atmosphere of a restaurant. I tell these kids every day, I said, enjoy this part of your life. And I know I had old people telling me stuff like that, and I don't listen to old people. When I was 14, 15 years old, I didn't listen to an old person. They don't know what they're doing. But I said, enjoy this part of your life, because this is the best work experience you're ever going to have. After you're a grown-up and you get a job, it's going to suck forever. But this area you have right now, this is the best thing. So they're having fun. I mean, like last night we did a TikTok, and if you're on TikTok or you think TikTok's the devil, I don't know, but it's coming out, and this one's funny. I mean, it took us 3 takes to get it, and they throw whipped cream in my face and all kinds of stuff. So you have to check that out. But we bought some other properties, and so we're hoping that Josh and the ones that are working on that miniature golf course will possibly take this into consideration for the miniature golf course under this shade over here. That'll help bring a little bit of business to the east side. You know, we've got, this block here's got pretty shiny. You know, we've got the After Effects across the street. Zach Bradley and his wife have started this business over here, and they got tanning. They've got, hair cutting, nails. One of our little waitresses is over there doing nails now. It's really cool to see her kind of grow into something, a career like that. Cody Cutler's got this hunting supply up here where you can get all your corn and whatever else hunters do to lure animals in to shoot them. Poor things. One of my homies. Anyway, so then you got the pawn shop, Sean and Shelley Goins. They're back here, and Gino. They run a hell of a business out of the pawn shop. You'd be surprised how busy that place is. It's amazing what's happened to this little block, and I want to see it continue because it like I tell people all the time, I don't get it because, and it's a mindset, right? I mean, like probably 65 to 70% of our customers come from Missouri. They come from Nevada, Richards, and we meet all kinds of great people. And that's one thing about the restaurant that's been really cool is getting to meet all the new people and form relationships. But it's hard to train the mindset of the other side of town that we're over here. You know, it's tough, and it's not that they hate us. It's not that they just don't think about us. And you know, we're going to go out. Where are we going to go? We're going to go uptown. We're going to, let's go downtown. Let's go out south. Whatever. If we had a Walmart, shit would be different. But we don't. So we need a Dollar General or something. I don't know. But a Big Lots. I don't know. But we need something to get people over here. And I think what I'm doing now, as well as the other people that are creating business over here, is help. We're getting a new highway here, supposedly, starting next year, because this street is a piece of crap. And we all know that. But once that new road gets in here, and we continue to take out unsavory properties, houses down, I think you're going to see people starting building homes. They're going to start building business. This whole street is zoned commercial. It's a mixed-use zone. So you can put any business up you want here. You can tell that by the corn feeder right up there in the middle of the residential area. That was a wild one. I was like, what in the heck is going on here? I should probably mention Hall's Food Mart. But anyway, that's an east side thing. I really can't think. I'm very blessed. I know that. And I was just telling Beth earlier, I think it takes a long time. When you start out as a kid, it's just all about the hustle. And you want to live that American dream. You got to work hard and get that green to have that boat, to have that motorcycle, to have the nice house and the perfect yard and keep up with the Joneses. But as you grow a little older, you think to yourself, man, that's not what it's about. It's about your friends and your family and the ones around you, and not only them taking care of you, but you taking care of them as well. And, I told her when I went to Pitt State for a couple of years, I'd go into that Walmart and not one person knew me. And that would make me mad. Nobody was saying, hey, Skitch. So I moved back to Fort Scott where everybody knows everybody. And I think that's the best thing we have going here is that everybody, is good friends, good family, good whatever. I got a few notes here. I want to make sure I covered everything. That's my trivia. One of the things that I would like to mention is the menu here. We all know we do fried chicken. We do chicken fried steaks, old school, anything like that. Burgers, conies. And if you read our menu, I've named, several things. I got cute little sayings behind them. And I'll mention my dad, Larry Allen. He's been gone for almost 9 years now. But he would have loved this place because his hangout was New Grille, man. He loved it. He went up there and come home telling stories all the time. At least twice a day, my old man was at New Grille drinking coffee. He would have owned this joint. We would be busy. We would be doing breakfast every day. We tried breakfast, and we're going to get back into breakfast this fall. But not that it failed, but it's hard to draw. Everybody's got their place. So we're not going to be open all the time for breakfast. We're going to do breakfast on the weekends again, eventually, when we get back into some cooler weather. The one thing I was going to mention was we got a picture of Boone and Dobbins up here. I came into, people drop me off pictures all the time of different things. As you can see around the restaurant, just old school stuff, like the alignment shop. That was my dad's best friend, Jim Goddard, that owned that, and I come into that sign. On this wall over here, you'll see these three gentlemen in this picture right by that Ultra can. Yes, and in the middle, maybe that'll be one of our trivia questions, I don't know. But anyway, old gas station, Boone and Dobbins. If you guys remember Boone and Dobbins, I mean, Verdon Dobbin and Gerald Boone, they worked their butts off up there. And it was amazing to me. One of the things that we would do as kids, we had an open lunch hour at that time. And I think they gave us a whole hour, which was a mistake. Don't give us a whole hour. We're coming up with some weird stuff to do. But we would go to Boone and Dobbins and have Suzy Q's and a honey bun with ice cream. And I hadn't seen anybody recreate the honey bun with ice cream. Now it'll be a hometown because, you know, he'll steal it. But anyway.
Starts next week.
That starts next week. But I said, we're going to do that. So I ended up, you know, trying to figure it out, and I was kind of failing. So I called Jarrett Dobbin. Jarrett called Chelsea. Chelsea called me, and we put it together, and she told me the magical ingredients on the perfect honey bun with ice cream. So we have that now, and that thing is, I explain to people, it's like if you ever imagine the gates of heaven open up just a little bit to where you can see the light. That's what that honey bun with ice cream feels like, because it is the light. So other than that, I don't know if I have anything else. Do you think? Can you think of anything?
I got a question and a comment.
Yeah.
So in the marriage to the restaurant, are you the bride or the groom?
A little bit of both now. I used to be the groom, but now I'm both.
And the comment is, I see what you're doing. You're trying to keep us here till lunch.
Yeah, exactly. She'll be bringing your tickets later for the treats you receive today. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have anything else major. I just know that, you know, it's been really cool to go through all this, and you know, I know I got a lot of friends and stuff sitting there talking to Tim, and Deb said Tim never comes to these chamber coffees. I'm very lucky he showed up. And Tim's one of my best friends. I mean, when he gave me that award that night at the chamber deal, of course I was pretty well 3 sheets to win, but it was amazing. When I saw Tim going up, I started tearing up, like, oh man, you guys set me up. And that's Lindsay. I mean, you guys do an amazing job at the chamber. You really do. It's crazy how good it is. I mean, she turns people over to us all the time. Sometimes not good, but sometimes great. I mean, that's where Lindsay turned the hotel guys on to me. You know, she said there's a group coming to town. They're going to build a motel called the Sleep Inn, and you could do the dirt work. I was like, oh man, that's a big project for me. I don't know if I can handle that. Next thing I know, I got them calling me up, and they're saying, hey, you can do this. We met at the chamber. I mean, we laid out these plans, and I am freaking out. I'm like, oh my God. They say, you know, here's B1 and A2, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's not a problem. Oh my God, what am I going to do here? They give me the job. It turns out amazing, and I meet the gentleman. They invite him and his wife.
Years later.
Yeah, Bill, Michelle, and Jennifer invite us out for supper one night. So I took the kids, obviously. I was a single dad of 2 girls, Josie and Maddie. We went out and ate with the couple and their kids, and I noticed Alec and Josie playing around a lot. They hit it off pretty good. Well, they hit it off so well they ended up getting married, you know, years later, and now I have a grandkid with them. So had it not been for Lindsay, my daughter wouldn't have had a grandkid. She basically was responsible for Josie and Alec's marriage. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, I got a great family. I'm just probably one of the luckiest dudes in this town, you know. But I've worked hard to get everything. I'll still have to work hard. I'll have to work even harder today for taking this hour off this morning.
Thank you for hosting. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You can do your trivia.
So, let's start off. I wrote some trivia questions down. We're going to give some hats and a t-shirt away. So I'll start off the trivia. The first winner will be whoever can tell me the name of the individual in the center of that picture of those 3 gentlemen beside the Ultra can there.
Do I need to take it around? It's like Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy Davis Jr. is not the answer. Thank you for your guess. You're out of the contest. It's going to be tough. It's going to be
I'm
tough.
guessing you have to be.
I will give you a hint. He used to be a school resource officer, one of the first ones here, Bill. You should know this. He may or may not have taken me to the principal's office a couple times. He was my bus driver for years. No. My bus driver for years. He has a very famous son around these parts that I can't believe I'm not here for something free today.
Mr. Stubbs?
No.
No?
The famous son works at the college. You ever seen a college before?
Kurt.
What?
I don't know. I'm not from Fort Scott, so I don't know.
You got the answer, though. Everybody here from Fort Scott, they didn't get it. That is Kirk Sharp's dad, Will Sharp. You want a hat or do you want a shirt?
May I have a shirt, please?
You got it. You got your size right there. I think that's it. You bet. Let's see. Oh. Well, that was interesting. Speaking of paying bills, that was not planned. Thanks, Beer Bar. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, here's another trivia question, and this is going east side. What was the name of the establishment just on the east side of the railroad tracks that had the adult beverages for many, many years and got pulled out? Deb got it. She was quick on the draw. Okay, Deb. Good job. Well, I'm sorry. You don't get to pick your gifts. Okay, and this last question is a little funny, and Tim will probably get this one. But anyway, the last remaining, I guess the professional word would be called brothel, on the east side of Fort Scott. What was the name of that brothel, and where was its location?
And you can say Tim would know.
Why would you say Tim?
Katie Renz.
Yes, she knew it. How did Lindsay know? It's the question.
I've been on your trolley tour.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
trolley tour.
Yes. We have, Lindsay asked me to volunteer for the trolley one year, and it got...
No, you were an employee of the...
I actually became an employee of the city. I don't think I ever got my check for that. But I would drive the trolley. So the last time, every year, the last tour that gets is Lindsay and her family rent the trolley. And so they were excited that year. And so it was the first time we did it. So as we were doing it, I told them, I said, we were packed full, and they had lawn chairs. We were in the short bus. We didn't have the actual trolley, so we had one of those people movers. And we're in that thing, and we're cruising around. I said, you know what, let's go to the east side. I'm going to give you guys the east side tour. So we go deep on the east side. We're up in Millerville. We're all over the place, having a great time. And we go down by the old brothel. It's still standing, which is really cool. They're getting ready to renovate it. But anyway, I'm giving my east side tour, and so we go up on the deep east side, and Larry and Beth are in lawn chairs in the back of the thing. And I hooked the corner at Pyle Street. Everybody knows where that's at, right? So anyway, it's like a 90-degree turn. And when I hooked it, I was probably running 25. You know, funny? And these guys got piled up. They got sandwiched in those lawn chairs. We laughed so hard.
Poor Larry.
It was great. Larry's like, I'm fine. We got him unfolded. He became part of the lawn chair. It was crazy.
But I learned something.
Yes, you did learn something. You won a free prize. And that's when, what's her name, Larry Gadswood's like Karen, said, I'm getting seasick. Please drop me off at the gas station on Wall Street. I said, I ain't dropping nobody off the gas station on Wall Street after 8 o'clock.
Well, thank you for hosting.
What'd they say?
Great coffee.
If you're interested in starting
Well, on that note.
many businesses like Skitch, Amy will be at the chamber today with Small Business Development Center to come help you.
Yes. And next week we will be. Where are we next week? Stay posted. Yes.
I don't know.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Happy Labor